Happy Thursday evening. It's
that awkward pause gets me every time.
man,
I freeze.
I keep telling you, I'm like, shh, be quiet because it doesn't mute your mic. Happy Thursday, happy Friday Eve. That can only mean one thing. It's time for Waaaay Offsides Live. Housekeeping before we go anywhere. Have you shared this live yet? If not, take 30, 45 seconds. Go do what you got to do. Share it on Twitter.
Please, we're nice people.
I got distracted. Share it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you got to do. Chris, why should they share it on Facebook?
I'll tell you why they should share it on Facebook, because we have a new Facebook page.
Absolutely.
And I'm about to put the link in the comments.
Everybody, go do it. Go do it.
For some reason, my comments don't show up in the chat. So, Jay Walker, hopefully a quarterback the Steelers are taking at number 5 to answer your question. I hope it's a quarterback. Okay, back to live action.
We've got a ton to get to tonight. I will say Clint Lamb may or may not be on the show. He's traveling. He said he may pop in, so we'll see how that goes. If he does, we'll bring him on. If not, we'll have him on next week. So he's a very busy man, I guess. He doesn't have time for us. Basically what it is. So
yeah.
No, he's traveling. He's got something going on down at the beach. He reached out to me earlier. So we'll see how that goes. But there's a ton of news to talk about. The most exciting of which you guys might disagree, is I have been hard at work all week. I've learned about SEOs. I have learned about HTML. I've learned about site maps and Google search consoles and all of these things.
Just ton of things
for you. And that look, you can get everything now all in one place. Videos, blog posts, pictures of Chris's nuts, all in one place. And that is
hey.
That is at WaaaayiOffsides.com. Way with 4 A's, never 3, never 5, always 4. 3's not enough, 5's too many, as Bill would say. Speaking of Bill is still being ransomed.
Out to Bill
for subs. So Bill's not with us this evening. So if you're here for Bill, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Bill will not be in this evening because he's stuck in a well somewhere with his hands tied behind the back, waiting for him to put lotion in the basket so he doesn't get the hose again. Are we all caught up?
That went dark.
Have we taken care of all the admin pieces here? I think we have.
We just entered a very creepy lane right there.
Oh, look, we got all the normal folks, all the regulars in the chat. Raj is in here.
Raj in the house.
J-Bake's been here since 1984. We got Jay Walker in the house.
Waiting.
Yeah, quarterback.
Tim's in here. What's going on, Nick?
Nick.
All right, looking good. Happy to have you on.
What up,
boy? You joined us tonight because it's been it's been a interesting week for Alabama. And here's where I want to start, if you guys don't mind. So something I've noticed, a big turn in the national perspective. Motivated, dedicated, downright motivated. Dude, you got to be a Marine. Hi, he's a Marine. Thank you for your service. Carry on, at ease, all the things. Probably know Bill.
Probably not.
Anyway, that's who has Bill in a well.
Bill's not that important.
Bill's National Guard. That guy's like, I don't know anybody in the National Guard. Number 5. I was Army, but I'll say it because you guys.
We're all protecting the country, man.
You guys did some serious work in Fallujah, man. Serious work. It's A+ stuff. Moving on. He knows what I'm talking about. Moving on. It's been a crazy week, man. The philosophy of all the talking heads, us included, well, not us included, but in the country, it's starting to shift. Have you guys seen the paradigm shift? It's gone from Alabama's falling off. They're up in flames. Ramadi too, yeah. Things are just, the wheels are coming off to, holy crap, Alabama might be one of the best teams in the country in 2025. Why do you think that is?
I got a thought on this.
Bring it on. Jeff, I want to make your face big, but you're going to have to do it because I don't know how.
Oh, no, you don't need to see this face big. So y'all take a minute to think about this. And before I say something, a little housekeeping. If y'all are listening and want to chat with us, we got a chat going over on X. If you want to get in there, send us a DM and we'll get you in the chat. And you can
too easy.
We can stay in touch all week. Too easy, but there somebody mentioned in the chat that 9-4. Think about this. This is the worst season we're going to have under Debo. Was 9-4.
Yeah,
with a win over Georgia. Even though the wheels fell off, the end of the season. But think about that. Think about that. They had the shot and they missed, and it's about to be on now. Like you're about to be now. He's fighting with two hands. See, last year he's fighting with one hand, but see this year now he gets to box with two hands.
What's the biggest difference to you, Jeff, that you're seeing?
I don't think it's so much the culture, because I think the culture was established by DeBoer last year, like kind of the groundwork, even though, they're saying all the music and all the stuff being turned off and all that riffraff.
No ice cream trucks.
No ice cream. Yeah.
No barefoot Willie.
But I don't know, just the way he was talking, you could see the things he said as the year went on, as he was easing in, is getting his things in place. It's almost like he knew that year one was year zero. And just get through it, survive it. Sure, we had some bad losses. We had some terrible losses, and the bowl game was just.
Hold on, I want to address. I'm going to stop you right there, real quick. Is that okay, Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like our new Marine friend might be a dog, and a CBS reporter said that this will be Kirby Smart's worst year as a coach. If it is, it's not going to be a bad year.
So what's the worst year for Kirby?
Yeah, it may be his worst
11
year.
and 2.
It's not going to be a bad year. I mean,
11-2 playoff team. Terrible year.
What, Georgia altogether postseason included lost 3 games last season?
Yeah.
They've
kicked the dirt on Georgia's grave a little too soon.
Yeah, that's as bad as it's going to get for Georgia.
Just because Ohio State,
Yeah, but I mean, nobody was beating Ohio State in the playoffs last year, and it's no, man, absolutely. CBS is they're a bunch of idiots.
That's CBS for you.
Yeah. They're
CBS
big
for you.
They're Big Ten riders now. So anyway, sorry.
I knew no, it's all good. Like I knew we were going to be okay when everybody came back on the defense. Like everybody. The ones that transferred out weren't going to play much anyway, offensively and defensively. So all the transfer, they made a big deal about these transfers leaving. They were all backups, third stringers. None of them were going to play, and the people that are on the team are the ones going to play.
Yeah,
and you're about to see some. And then Grubb coming in. This is very underrated. We're talking about a lot, but this is a very underrated. Getting these two back together with some of the talent they're gonna amass.
Yeah, I think Ryan Grubb. I think Ryan Grubb is the reason that obviously the quarterback situation is a big deal. It's going to be a lot different at quarterback for Alabama this year, but I think Ryan Grubb is what's going to really flip the script for Alabama, just because what they did at Washington was so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Now you get to pick that up and bring it. It's almost like a complete puzzle, like last year, it's almost like one of those jigsaw puzzles was missing, and they replaced it with the wrong piece, and that wrong piece was Nick Sheridan. And now you've got the final piece that you're putting in there, and man, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to keep Alabama in the top 5 next year. It really is. I expect that.
Well, and Sheridan was put in an impossible situation too. He wasn't the plan, and then last minute Grubb taking that OC job of the Seahawks threw him in an unwinnable situation, having to learn how to be an OC in the SEC with a limited quarterback. He was in a no-win. There were plays where there were people open, and those are the plays that he called, and they weren't executed. So
yeah, you saw that towards the end of the season.
He wasn't as bad as everybody is.
No, absolutely
to be. He was just put in a very hard situation.
I think you just saw some things that really frustrated some folks. The 4th and 1, the shooting the jump shot and not picking up the 4th and short. And then Sheridan goes on national TV and says, well, we didn't do anything on the field that I didn't do. Well, he's not going to throw his dudes up under the freaking bus on national. Of course, he didn't tell them.
Kudos.
Shoot a fake jumper. Like he's not going to throw the dudes up under the bus on national TV. But a lot of people just ran with that and they got really upset because it wasn't Nick Saban's style.
Bingo.
And a lot of folks are having trouble with that transition.
Dude, Cotton, all the Saban never woulda people were coming out of the woodwork.
All season, man. Nick Saban.
Oh gosh. It was so funny. Every bad thing that happened, Saban would have done this and he never would have done that and all that stuff. And it's like, Chris said it a few times all year. He had to like wave his hands. The man is retired, people.
Yeah. Dude,
let it go.
Chris, what do you think is going to be the biggest difference for Alabama in 2025?
I think everybody says, "Oh, a new offense." They're not running a new offense. They're just going to run the offense that we had this past season the correct way.
I was just about to say properly.
The correct way.
Yeah, I like
They're
that.
not changing any play. Nothing. They're not changing. The only thing they're changing is a quarterback that won't hang on to the ball.
It's not new. It's just going to be done differently.
It's going to be done correctly.
Executed correctly.
And I believe the defense, you will see, I heard it all season long. Oh, defense, get rid of Womack. It don't work. It's going to work.
It started working.
Everybody was like, the die-hard Bammers, we're going to go undefeated,
come on.
Bammers, whatever.
And this is something I really wanted to
Undefeated seasons are a thing of the past.
Because I think we were part of the problem. I was, at least I'll admit it.
You're always part of the problem.
Am I the
good
problem?
and bad, right?
It's me. Part of the problem was like, there was this, you're trying to balance your expectations, but at the same time, you want to be hopeful that the fall off's not too bad after Nick Saban. So you're hyping everything up. And I think we hyped up Jalen Milroe way too much. But I will say defensively, as we got closer to the start of the season, I kept saying, like, look, the secondary is going to be good. They've just got to get their feet under them. You got to give them a few weeks to get used to what they're doing. Let's be honest. They almost crapped the bed against Georgia. That second half, Carson Beck was picking them off a lot. I mean, the dude was on fire. If it's not for Xavier Brown in the end zone, Alabama probably loses that game. And so that was the moment I think things started to kind of click and twist for the team, for the defense. But they grew, Chris, to your point, they grew into it late in the season. Now, we have to be careful going into 2025. I'm excited for how good they're going to be, but you got to keep that excitement realistic, that expectation realistic, because the first time somebody gets burned, everybody's like,
we're going to lose. We're going to lose a game. We're going to lose two.
Yeah.
We might lose two.
But you know what? Everybody else is probably going to lose one or two.
Bingo. Like I said, no more undefeateds unless you're looking. No. Unless they put in one of the sissy group of 5 teams that's undefeated.
After last season, that first round of playoffs games, a 3-loss Alabama is getting over a 3-loss anybody else. Doesn't matter who they lose to, where they lost, a 3-loss Alabama is going to get in over anybody else. Same thing would apply. Yes, Roll Tide. We are live.
Yes, we are live.
We're live in the flesh.
Top corner up here.
Yeah.
Live streaming. This is what we look like, unedited.
That's just a smart ass.
We don't edit anything.
Don't mind Jeff. He's grumpy.
He's angry.
I'm not grumpy.
He's an angry elf.
I knew it. There it is.
No, I was pointing out that's how we have the indicator there.
Let's what the people are always here for. Let's shift gears here for a second. You know how to tell if a team is healthy or not? Recruiting. Even in this wacky world of NIL, recruiting is still a pretty good benchmark of whether a team is falling off or not. If you thought Alabama was going to fall off and you weren't paying attention to recruiting, I don't blame you. But if you're paying attention to recruiting and you thought Alabama was going to fall off, I don't know what to tell you. Because probably one of the most impressive recruiting jobs I've ever seen. And I'm taking my bias out of this equation. Kalen DeBoer comes in with a brand new staff who has almost no relationships in the state of Alabama. So they lose the state of Alabama to Auburn, right? And Hugh Freeze. But they still finish with the number 3 class in the country. That is insanely impressive. Not only that, they Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, and Notre Dame are all making a very strong push to finish 2026 recruiting cycle with the number 1 class. Alabama is going to be right in the mix again. And this time they're going to beat Auburn and win the state. That is a very healthy benchmark for where Alabama is realistically. You have to take 2025 out of the equation. It's a wash. It's a wash. It's an outlier. We always say rebuilding year, blah, blah, blah. 2025, I don't think it gets more more definitive in terms of rebuilding years, right?
Yeah, I'm totally with you there.
It just what you're going to see moving into this 2026 class, and the some of the motion is already happening. Chris has talked a lot about a certain linebacker down in the southern part of the state who is leaning heavily towards Alabama right now. Now, that's not to say that he's going to land there. We have not whooped him yet. But, there's a lot of people in play. Summer visits have to happen. But there's one person that has made a lot of noise today.
Yeah, I don't sleep on the whoops.
I don't sleep on the whoops. There's not one coming just yet.
But
we're very picky with our whoops.
If you are not following recruiting, this guy right here, 5-star linebacker Xavier Griffin out of Gainesville, Georgia, was previously committed to the USC Trojans. Lincoln Riley, I don't know what's going on out there in California, but they have had decommit after decommit after decommit, just like last season. And this is probably their biggest one so far in the 2026 recruiting cycle, in my opinion. Xavier Griffin has decommitted from USC. Not only that, literally the day after, he schedules an official visit to Alabama along with some other schools. Alabama will not get the last visit here. That is very important. But he was crystal balled via Dog 247, interestingly enough, to land at Alabama. So let's talk a little bit about Xavier Griffin, who he is. Again, he comes out of Gainesville, Georgia. He is a 6'3", 205-pound linebacker. He is the number 2 linebacker in the 2026 class per on 3. The guy has a 96 overall rating. A lot of schools are vying for his attention. USC, of course, was one. He is not going there now. Alabama, Florida State, Ohio State, Texas, I believe the majority of those will all get official visits from him. Alabama is going to be in the second half of those visits. He's being recruited heavily by Christian Robinson and Kane Womack. If memory serves me correctly, this guy actually grew up a pretty big Alabama fan. He always wanted to play for the Tide, and I think Nick Saban retiring played a factor in his decision to commit out west, as did probably something else. But it looks like the checks out there in Cali ain't clearing. And now,
Diddy scared everybody out of there.
Understandable.
Kids are like, we getting out of here, cuz.
Completely understandable.
Nice try, Diddy.
What do you guys think? Are we jumping the gun with this? You got the Crystal Ball by 247. I forgot his name, but he's staff writer for Dogs 247. Georgia fans, we got a couple Georgia fans in the chat. What do you think, man? I mean, I think Georgia's in play here a little bit. I don't see an OV for Georgia, but
we've
the team the team that worries me the most about competitive wise for him is going to be Texas, just because when Texas gets them on campus, they're going to make them a big offer. But, and I think Chris agrees with me here. Chris, what are you hearing about what Alabama's doing in terms of NIL this year?
I can't confirm or deny, but
just a rumor.
It's a rumor, but there was said that just magically, just like the the Waaaay Offsides ghost, it just appeared out of the air like 16 million. Like 16, and I think we've got 12 and a half left to spend.
What do you got? Like a spreadsheet or something? Using QuickBooks?
People
it's
like
Barksdale crew.
It's a small town of high school football coaches there.
Yeah,
I can walk to Ryan Williams' alma mater from here. So,
well, tell me, because I know that you go.
I did graduate with Coach Jeff Kelly also. So
just a little name dropping. Now I know that you go to lunch with a lot of these guys. What can you tell us overall about Alabama's approach to the 2026 recruiting class that you know for sure?
I can tell you this. As far as the recruits go, from their standpoint, it's not all about the money.
Really?
Yeah, it's not the money. I mean, money has something to do, but it comes down to who can put you into the league. All of these kids, they that's their dream. They want to go to the league. So, who's been putting first rounders in? I mean, Bama puts wide receivers in. They put linebackers. Yeah.
Just had one go in the first round.
Defensive backs.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. I see it.
Oh, wait. And you know what else Bama puts in the league? Quarterbacks.
They have. They've done a great job putting quarterbacks in the league. Lance, this is a little bit much for me because I feel personally attacked here because you know how I feel about Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson's about to have a humongous year. So for you to come at my guy like that all sideways, man, I
seriously,
I feel like them's fighting words, brother. Fighting words, Lance. Fighting words. But
hey, if this kid de-seats Jefferson, though, he's must be special then.
Yeah, I hope he is.
He must be doing
actually,
something.
in hindsight, I hope he is better than Justin Jefferson.
I think that would be awesome.
But you got to be careful with these comparisons, man, and putting these.
This could be something. Saw the depth chart. Said, "Hey, man, I can play.
Yeah,
in this team."
That's true, Lance. That's true. Thanks, Clint Lamb, dropping the projected depth charts all the time, man. So,
but going back to what we were speaking on, it's not all money. Not here.
Okay.
Not at Bama.
Well, no, it's never going to be at Bama. Bama can kind of still sell itself. Like we say all the time, Nick Saban built it to where it'd be sustainable without him.
It's all about
sustaining
wherever that.
Once they start scoring points,
I don't know
buckets,
which way to point, but it's all about that right there.
All these kids playing offense are going to be like, "Holy shnikes,
dude!
Give me in that offense."
Here's the thing,
give me in that
man.
Offense.
If Alabama makes a playoff this year, if they make the playoff and then make any kind of run in the playoff, it's over. It's over because that's just going to solidify that Kalen DeBoer can be successful in the SEC. He's already beat Kirby Smart. You know,
like he's checked. The box is checked. He was already walking in from the Pacific Northwest and going 9-4 in the SEC is a success. It's not at Alabama because of our standards are our standards, but you go step out of that vacuum.
You go 2-1 versus Bama's three biggest rivals.
Yep.
I mean, come on, man. Yeah.
9 wins with a makeshift roster that lost 30 players and you're not even from around here. The job was a lot more difficult than he got credit for.
Absolutely. I agree.
What is this comment here, Lance? Is he talking about Tank Jones?
He's talking about
Are you talking about Xavier?
Oh,
Griffin?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a chance both of them?
There's room.
Tank and Xavier?
I think there's room.
Look. St. Paul's and Mobile, they have a long history of sending guys to Bama.
They certainly do, and I'm very heavy on Tank Jones right now. If I had to whoop him or Xavier Griffin, I would whoop Tank Jones right now today.
I mean, let's go down the list of who came.
That's our preseason whoop.
Go ahead.
We got a preseason whoop chart.
I mean, AJ McCarron, Barron,
a post-spring
whoop
chart.
Jake Coker.
Yeah.
He just detoured through Tallahassee.
I just I can't. I list in front of me because I don't even have the show notes in front of me because we don't use them anymore.
Didn't Mark Barron go to St. Paul?
Yeah, I named Mark Barron.
Did you did? Okay. Yeah. I missed that. I'm sorry.
Either way, I mean, Alabama does have a storied tradition, but to Lance's point, you have to consider if a guy like Xavier Griffin commits, how does that impact the rest of Alabama's linebacking class? Right. Now, I think maybe one more guy, and that guy would be Tank Jones, because don't forget, Alabama just had a phenomenal linebacking class in 2025. A really, really good. I mean, you brought in Justice Hill, Abdul Sanders. I'm forgetting a couple of guys in there, but a really good linebacker class in 2025. So the need is there. It's there. But you don't need a lot. And so if Bama can go pick up these two guys, they're likely done at that position, in my opinion. I mean, unless they go get somebody who can be that like hybrid edge type guy too. Which I think
some pass rushers.
I could. Well, I think Xavier Griffin could do that. He's not an edge; he's a linebacker. But I think that Luke Metz was another one. Case Bray, thank you. I think this Xavier Griffin guy could very well be one of those dudes. And don't get me, there's guys. The summer visit schedule is insane for Alabama. It is packed. And if last summer taught us anything, it's that Alabama will find a lot of success towards the end of July, early August, recruiting with a lot of these kids. And that's a really good time for them to commit because they're going into their high school season. So a lot of that contact that they typically would have with somebody trying to sway their vote is not going to happen. And so, I mean, out of all the summer commits Alabama got last season, they only lost one, right? In Ty Haywood.
1,000% committed.
Be wary of that statement always. But
that's like the coach's vote of confidence.
Yeah, they lost Ty Haywood, but Haywood committed to a school that he flipped to a school that he never even went and yes, Tim, that's exactly what I was talking about.
That is incredible to me.
Yeah, I mean, he went to school. Nick, are you talking about the one that transferred to Alabama? That's Green, if that's what you're talking about. Hill Green. Did he, Raj? Golly, damn, that connection is strong, isn't it? Yeah, he's there. He's gonna be legit. Nick, Hill Green's gonna be a very good addition to the Tide. Don't sleep on the Tide's pass rush this year. I did a whole video on that. You can find it on our channel. With the addition of like Kelby Collins, but I think Green is going to be kind of a rotational player. He's obviously, I don't think he's going to be a starter. He's going to see plenty of playing time, but he'll be kind of, in rotation. Jefferson's replacement. Jefferson's still on the team, Lance.
Man, Lance already got Jefferson dead and buried.
Out.
Sorry, Justin, you're out. Next man up. Yes, RTR Mimi. Brother Cordy is doing a fantastic job.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think I've got a blog post coming out that mentions him soon.
Yeah. What post, Chris? What was that? Transition?
What?
Transition to plug for the blog?
Yeah, for the
website here.
Oh, what is that?
Yeah. If you guys are interested in reading a little bit more about some of the stuff we talk about, sometimes, like Chris said, we kind of wing it here. And we miss things. We don't talk about everything we want to, but you can find it all at wayallsides.com. Please go look at it. I have busted my tail on this website. It's a full-time job, basically.
I'm fantastic.
Normally,
I'll go look at it.
Normally, I don't brag at this kind of stuff, but I have worked. I've learned.
Done a fantastic job.
You know what? Damn it! You know what? Go ahead and pat yourself on the back. And give your,
Barry Horowitz. Y'all guys remember that?
Somebody knows that reference. And you remember the self high five with the diamond.
Oh yeah, self high five.
Wrestling. We don't talk about wrestling enough.
Dude, we can take a wrestling lane. I ain't scared.
Oh yeah,
I love
that. Was DDP was the self high five, right?
Yeah, he was. Oh yeah,
back when he was first, before he was a big, real face when he was kind of a heel. He came out with that self high five thing. That was funny.
Yeah.
All right, back to live action.
You're good.
And
You're
we're
fine.
back.
You're fine. You're fine.
And
But
we're back.
to finish off recruiting in football, 2026, this summer of 2025 is going to be a big deal for Alabama. And a lot of these guys that are projected to come on OVs, I think the one guy they really wanted to get on campus that they're not going to get a swing at is going to be Mark Bowman, the tight end. But Bama probably wasn't going to throw to him much anyway. They want guys that can get in there and block. They've got guys that can get in there and block. And so really, I think what they're looking for in this class is a couple wide receivers, running back, and they are in the running for Boobie Feaster and Cedarian Morgan, and then obviously Xavier Crowell, the running back. But really, Alabama's looking at some probably an O lineman or two, and then defense. So that I don't know what it is, but it's like Alabama's just stacking defensive backs. I'm okay with it. You're going to lose a lot every year. They're kind of like the wide receiver of the defense. You're going to lose a few every year. So stack as many as you can until these rules are amended.
They're long and tall too. So he's got a plan.
Yeah, but stick around because we'll have every bit of it for you. I will say, before this month is out, you're going to have a couple of whoops on the table. So if you're not following, you're not subscribed, you haven't hit the notification bell, make sure you do that so that as soon as that video pops up, you'll know. We're put out a lot of content recently in the past few weeks, shorts, uploads, blog articles, Twitter posts, Facebook, Instagram.
Text messages. We need a short. We need that.
Well, I mean, you said it yourself. You do like 90% of it. So I'm just kidding.
Although sometimes Cotton will ask for something and then we'll do it before anybody has a chance to do it.
He won't give you time. He's like, never mind, I did it.
Like, Chris, I need you to do this. And Chris goes, what's the deal? And then he goes, already did it. And Chris is like, well, okay.
Sorry. I get impatient, man. He really does. If I see something break, I'm like, we got to get this short up. Yeah. Like I did a short in the bathroom today. I'm not joking. Go check it out on our channel.
Say, did you rip one into the porcelain toilet by your back there? Yeah. I hope you edited that sucker out.
Xavier,
he was like,
Griffin,
never mind the splash. Never mind the splash. I'm at the pool.
Oh, that's cold.
His face is all red.
Good
morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen, whatever the case may be. Take a look at the paper on that counter over there.
Well, you hear me just signing off, washing my hands at the same time.
Here's somebody coming in going, oh, God.
He's got me driving in 5 o'clock traffic making shorts.
I asked Chris to make a short yesterday, and he's like, give me a minute. I got to pull over. This is what we do for you guys. This is all for you. It's all for you.
Yeah. It's all for you guys. You're welcome for the bathroom short. That was great.
That would be why, Jay. There you go. Exactly. I had a stage 5 clinger going on, man. Not the woman.
Lord. Jeez, man. Don't say that.
Oh, good Lord. That's pretty funny.
I've clinged. Oh gosh,
that's in another video. While you're at it, while you're checking the website, if you use the Facebook, Meta, whatever the hell they call it, please go over and give our new page a like. Chris has put the chat. Chris has put the chat in the comment section. Lance, you gotta chill. I can't keep a straight face. Oh man, if it's not Jay Baker,
heard that before. Oh my God,
it's all
you know what? We'll have you on our 4th of July special.
Oh,
you can tell that story again.
Yeah, we will. I'll do it with bottle rockets in my hand. It'll be a good time. You can dress up in a burqa. I'll set you on fire. Anyways,
and that's how we get canceled.
In other news, something else that made the rounds this week is I believe it was FanDuel. I hope it was FanDuel because that's what I put on the graphic. FanDuel released the over and under for each SEC team wins this year. Now, I wanted to make a really fancy graphic for you guys, but I didn't have time. So what I did was I just cropped On Threes. So full disclosure, this is On Threes graphic. I just cropped out the title. So here you go. If that looks familiar.
There we go.
SEC win totals via On Three and FanDuel. Interestingly enough, we've got some Georgia fans in here tonight. You've got Georgia, Alabama, Texas, all sitting at 9.5 wins. I think all three of those teams, actually, I think two of those three teams go over 9.5 wins.
I think all three of them go over.
I do not. Spoiler alert. Only the red ones do. I don't think so.
Oh, he's got Texas.
Yeah, man. Look, dude.
And Fart Manning only getting 9 wins.
I think Arch Manning is really, really good. Texas has lost so much firepower offensively. I have a hard time seeing them being the scoring offense that they need to be. SEC defenses, look, the talent pool in the SEC is equalizing itself because of the transfer portal. And so it's going to be very easy.
Except in Starkville.
Yeah, well, God bless him. 3.5 wins, bro.
Under. I'm going under.
So, chat, who on this list surprises you the most? And who do you think is completely wrong? I see a couple of teams right off the bat that I think are wrong. I think you need to swap Texas, and are you ready for it?
Please say South Carolina.
No, swap Texas and Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss will finish 9 to 10 wins, probably 10 wins this season.
Well, while we're swapping things,
but they do that. They win 10 games all the time. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to be it may be a long shot, but just what I've seen, and I do pay attention to things. There may be a possibility that one of those 7.5 teams on the right side end up in the SEC championship game.
I think one of the 6 and 5 teams might.
And it's
no
going
love for Florida.
It's going to be that one with the bird in the logo.
You talking about South Carolina?
Yep.
I think South Carolina is going to be very, very good this year. Absolutely.
I think they'll have one of the best quarterbacks in the league or in the conference.
If you had to pick a game for me right now that seemed like a legitimate trap game for Alabama, it would be South Carolina on the road. But to me, the team on the right that I think has the best chance to make the SEC championship in a playoff is Florida. Florida is a completely different team with DJ Lagway at quarterback. That defense started to grow into itself, just like Alabama's did towards the end of the season. I think Florida is going to be very, very good in 2025. If they don't do it this year, they will in 2026.
I don't think they have enough.
You say that
with Lagway.
Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
Sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to talk.
No, you go. You're fine.
All that barring injury.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, outside of Lagway, I don't think they have enough elite playmakers on offense to make a legit run in the SEC.
You don't?
I don't think outside. I think they can win 8-9 games, but I don't think they're a threat for the SEC championship game or a deep playoff run. I don't think they have enough outside of Lagway.
Well, no, I don't think this is the year either, Jeff. Don't get it. Don't get me
now. Maybe
twisted,
next
man.
year.
Yeah,
I'm with you. Maybe next year.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that if there's a team on that right side that I think deserves a little bit more respect, going into the season, I think it's Florida.
The thing with that, this is what I was going to say. If they're going to be that team, they've got to start the season like they ended it,
and that's difficult.
Will that carry over to the start of the season, however many months later? 8 months later, 9 months?
I think so. They're going to be a more talented team this year. So why not? They started with Graham Mertz as quarterback last year. They're gonna it's DJ Lagway's show the whole season. So I don't see any reason why they wouldn't.
That kid's a player, man. He's a player. So
have you seen him? He's a lot bigger than he looks on TV.
I think 7, 8, 9 wins is a legit fair expectation for Florida. I could see anywhere between 7 and 9 wins.
But what we're talking about is why everybody's lower. I think everybody in general is probably lower than you would expect. It's because the talent pool around the SEC, like I said, it's equalized. It's balanced out a lot more. A team like Florida can upset anybody any given. South Carolina can do the same thing. I don't know about Texas A&M, or Vandy, Kentucky. Well, I shouldn't say Vandy. Sorry, Bama fans. But that's probably not
going to
happen
again.
But Alabama goes on the road at Missouri this year. They're going to go to Auburn. They're going to go to South Carolina. Those 3 games should make you a little nervous. Now, if Alabama starts the season off scoring 40 plus a game, it's going to be really hard to beat them.
Oh, Cotton froze.
Did he leave it? Oh, the ghost got him. That's it. No, wait, there he is. What happened?
Am I back?
What happened? Now I think Jeff's gone.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What are y'all doing? Am I the only one alive?
I'm here.
Okay. Everybody froze for a second there.
Yeah, something happened.
That was definitely
both of y'all's screens were frozen. I was like, am I flying solo here?
Well, then you
we dodged a bullet there, huh? Anyway.
So I'm looking to do something with this graphic, and all of a sudden you guys started talking again. So I was like, okay, we're back.
But I don't think Texas is going to finish in the top 3 of the SEC this year. I think LSU is also being overhyped this year. I don't think LSU is going to be bad. They're going to be a middle of the pack SEC team, but they're just because they're returning Nussmeier doesn't mean they're going to be good.
They're going to lose 3 or 4 games. That's what Brian Kelly does. I mean, that's who he is. This man lost 4 games at Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. on the same team. Lost 4 games. Okay.
You can't do you think Oklahoma has a chance at 6.5?
Yeah, sure. 6.5.
You think they'll win 6.5?
I think they're going to be better than they were last year.
Who's their quarterback? Is it that freshman?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
because Arnold is in
Vanderbilt.
Well, they got Pavia, so they're 4.5 is pretty low.
They could beat anyone any day of the week. You never.
Yeah, but the defensive coordinators in the SEC have sat for a year watching that kid going, how do we stop him? How do we stop him?
Yeah,
so they're going to have a plan in place for him going into 2020.
Maybe.
Well, a lot of his plays were busted. That was the problem.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, there's something you can do to kind of corral that.
Yeah. Just like they corralled Johnny Feetball when his plays.
Yeah, but Diego.
They'll just put in Oklahoma Bama tape and see how you stop a athletic running quarterback.
And how
good thing we don't have one.
How not to stop the other one.
Yeah.
But I mean, just very, very interesting. I think it goes to show that Alabama is still exactly where we thought they would be going into this part of the season. Right. So, what else do we have? What other news has been going on? Oh,
do
you guys like a little basketball talk?
I'm about to say we got a little hoop news.
Yeah,
we do have a little hoop news.
Philon in the NBA, he's staying in the NBA. Claude, have mercy.
So, with the news that Labaron Philon will not forego the draft and come back to Alabama football, Alabama is now hosting Desmond Claude, the USC transfer. He averaged 15 points last year. Guy's 6'6", 201. He's shooting guard. He's out of Connecticut. Like I said, averaged almost 16 points last year, 4 points on the boards. He's almost a 50% field goal shooter. So, I mean, I'm not a bad get for Nate Oats and company. I want you guys to really go and take a peek at that roster when you get done with us tonight. And Alabama is going to still field a very sneaky good basketball team in the 2025-2026 season. I don't know if they're Final Four good. Well, that remains to be seen. But they could definitely make a run for another Sweet 16. This guy here, we don't really do basketball whoops, but I would say that it is likely that he comes off his OV and whoops. Or commits to Alabama. So we'll see how that goes.
I can see
the fact that Bama is now in the market for another guard. Nate Oats came out this week and basically said that, they're going to evaluate some guys that are in the portal and they're going to wait and see which guys don't draft. And that they've got definitely one spot, maybe 2, but he felt pretty confident that with the group he's got that they were going to be sitting pretty this year. And so we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to Alabama basketball season this year.
Side note.
Yeah.
The NBA Combine Guess who led the combine in shooting percentage?
Mark Sears.
Apparently, Grant Nelson lit up the combine too.
He did.
Take that for what it's worth. I know it's just drills.
Did you guys see Janai Broom's?
I say Janai lit up with his 20-inch vertical. That was amazing.
Dude, hey, Watson, the 400-pound defensive lineman at Florida, had a higher vertical than Janai Broom.
Like a 22-inch vertical.
Dude, Sam Walters has a higher vertical than
crazy work. Absolutely bonkers, nutty, crazy work. But that's going to be it for right now. I've got you guys. We last week we did logo challenges, and the chat seemed to like it. You guys seem to like it. I've got a couple more queued up if you guys want to play again.
Sure,
that's up to you. I'm going to bed.
Now I will say these are going to be a little more difficult than last week's. So chat.
If they're not SEC teams, chances are
I'm also I'm also going to admit that I did not write them down who they were. So
here we go.
We might have to do a little like Google image
Moogling.
What do you mean?
We'll start off
Googly moogly.
We'll start off with the first one.
No, wait. Are these schools or just anything?
School logos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they all have football teams. All right, are we ready? We're gonna start off with an easy one. There's letters.
Are you ready?
There's a name. All right. Give chat time to answer. Chat, who is it?
I knew this one.
Okay, hold on. Give chat.
The Millennium Falcon.
Caw-caw. Who is it?
The chat. Nobody's in the chat.
I know. I'm going to guess Valdosta State.
Oh, there's Jay.
There it is. Yes, it is Valdosta State. Good. Everybody give yourselves a round of applause. That was very good. Very well done. Thank you,
I guessed it. Everybody didn't guess it. I guessed it.
There's a delay, Jeff. They guessed it on their own. Now they only get more difficult from here. This one actually, now that I look at it, it's probably not that difficult. But are we ready?
Yes,
okay, I'll take your silence as a yes. Here it is. Give chat time to answer.
Oh, that's easy.
Planet of Alderaan.
You just want to rip that scab, man. Just take that knife and stick it in there and twist it. And y'all know what I'm talking about if you know this logo.
What's happening here?
1 for 9.
Chat,
6 turnovers.
There we go. Go. Absolutely.
It's not San Diego State.
Well, yes, but you know what he meant.
Close enough.
This guy.
No, it's not really. Alabama and Alabama State are nowhere near the same.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. All right, moving on.
If you know, you know.
What a prick.
Here we go.
Hang on. I don't think I'm right though.
You guys can do this.
I have a guess, but I don't think I'm right.
Give me the guess. It's okay if you're not right.
Just based off the color, and I don't know their mascot, but I'm thinking Coastal Carolina for some reason because of that teal color.
Gosh, Jeff just came in clutch. Congratulations, Jeff. It is Coastal Carolina.
Yay. Go, Jeff.
Done.
Jeff, he's our leader.
That was straight off of the color of the mascot is the only reason I guessed that. I have no idea what their mascot is.
All right, chat. Now, these next two I say for last because they're the most difficult, and I admittedly don't remember who they are. So this one's up to you. This one's up to you to save our tails.
It's going to be the poop emoji.
Yeah, if Jeff Norton.
I'm just waiting on him to pull out Delta State.
I almost did it again.
He does that every break when he hits the vape.
do it. I do it every time I'm doing a short in the bathroom. Here we go. All right, next up.
Ralphie's in there too.
Good luck.
Thundercats. Oh, wait a second.
I have the power.
Thundercats are loose.
That looks
the Tigers.
Looks like a hockey team.
Like a AAA baseball team.
Dude, chat is all over it.
Wow.
Yep.
All over it.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. You got your thinking caps on.
Great.
Yeah. So they ate their brain food today. All right, last one. This one's tough. This is the one I for sure don't remember who it is. I know it looks familiar.
This better not be Chris's.
No, it's a real logo. This is a real logo. This is the B-roll of that short from earlier. All right, are we ready? Chat, this is all you. You got this. Actually, watch Chris or Jeff know it. Boom.
Oh, I know it, and I'm having a brain fart. Oh God.
I think I know it.
Idiot. Oh, I know this one. It's gonna make me mad when I see it.
Can I say it?
Say it.
University of West Florida.
No.
I don't think so. Nope.
No, J-Bay. Lance got it.
Wait, San Jose State.
Yes, Lance got it.
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check that I'm right. It is San Jose State. Yes, good job. Look, you guys are super.
They're the Trojans.
Yeah, a lot yes.
Jeff, that was actually really, really good.
Yeah, it was. So, he should do Donald Trump on it.
Chad did go 100%. Congratulations. Chad. Be proud of yourselves. Let's give the chat a round of applause. Good job, chat. We're so proud of you guys. Jeff, really? Jeff took me literal. Chris.
Colorado School of Mines.
Did you prepare any T-words?
Trivia.
I do.
You do. Well, then it is time, boys and girls, to join your favorite sports channel for a little bit of Waaaay Offsides trivia. All right.
No, I really like the old one with the little circus.
We can read it. We can read it.
No, we'll just do whatever you want. This is your show anyway.
Oh my gosh, shut up. All right, Christopher, you're in charge here. All right.
This is just random. This is just random things.
This is not.
There's no subject.
It's football.
Okay.
And it's college football.
Okay.
All right.
It's like Carl Lewis.
Which college football team has played in the most bowl games?
Is that Michigan?
I would guess.
See what the chat says.
Chat, who is it? No Googling. Jay Bake.
No Googling. Yeah, they're Googling right now.
No Googles. Yep. How fast are those fingers?
See, we got a Michigan and a Bama.
Ooh. K-Spray, I hope she's right.
We got a Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
I've had him.
See if any more come in. 4, 3, 2, 1. It is Alabama.
Really?
Wow.
Yes, they have played in the most bowl games. I can't tell you the number, but they have.
Roll Tide. I feel bad that I didn't know that. Okay, at
all
least
right.
I know their name.
Here's one. No. Which college football team has the most amount of national championships?
It depends on how you count them.
Well, it does.
Isn't it Yale? Or like Princeton?
Let's see
Harvard?
what the chat says.
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, it's
Harvard.
It's one of the Ivies.
It's one of the Ivies, right?
It is. It is Yale with 18, but they claim 27, just as Alabama claims 18.
We could probably find a few more to go neck and neck with them to claim.
I'd say we can throw a few more in there.
Yeah.
We can throw in ones we should have won.
Which
triple that number?
20. This may be a little outdated, but it is recent. Which team has won the most overall conference championships? Key word being conference championships.
Well, everybody's going to think Alabama first and foremost because it's an Alabama show, but the SEC.
Well, it's not. Really, we're not just talking about SEC. We're talking about conference championships
in total.
across.
Didn't Florida State win like 35 in a row since they were the only team in the ACC that had a winning record for like 17 or 20 straight years?
Yeah, I'm going to go with them or USC. I don't know. I may be way off. OU? Okay. Ohio State. Penn State.
No, let's see what the
Miami.
We're all just
I want to have the exact number.
The exact number
that this school won.
Oh, nobody's going to give you that.
All right. Yeah, they have. Nebraska has won the most conference championships.
I would not have
totally forgot about Nebraska.
They were won across multiple conferences.
I still remember watching them wax Florida in that championship game.
Total number being 46.
Wow. That's impressive.
That is impressive.
What a fall off for the Cornhuskers.
About to say none in the last 35 years, though. That tells you how good they were for a long time.
It's okay, though, man. They got Temu brand Patrick Mahomes now. They're good to go.
Yes.
So they'll settle for that consolation prize.
Temu Mahomes.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't
answer. I did too, Lance. Very, very, very old school tradition.
All right. Who is the only person?
Man, I'm 37.
I think the last time they won was when Dominican Sue was there. And they weren't like championship contenders. They just won a few games.
Yeah. Who is the only person to have won 2 Heisman trophies?
Oh, that's easy. I know the answer.
For some people it is.
I know the answer.
For some people it is. Let's see what the chat says.
Oh, they're going to get it quick. Give them 30 seconds. Jeff, did you die?
Jeff left us.
I was having a coughing fit there. Archie Grigmiffin. Who's Archie Grigmiffin? Is that Beavis?
Oh, Lord.
All right, yeah. I mean, everybody got it, dude.
Yeah, it's not
Good job, everyone. Another round of applause.
Another one.
Good job, chat. Good job.
Yep.
Good job.
That's all I've got tonight, guys.
Okay. Well, that's going to be it for us this evening. Join us next week. Hopefully, Clint will be on. I'll harass him all week. He'll be on.
I'll harass him.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll just keep on.
Hey, he's down in Florida, right?
Next week will be our big Memorial Day show. So everybody dress in your Memorial Day attire.
Oh man, are we going to show the Memorial Day video again?
We should.
We absolutely will. I forgot about that.
Everybody wear your American flag swim trunks and your Coors Light tank top.
Your American flag swim trunks.
Wow.
Man, we are 100 days to football, or 106 days or something like that till the start of football season.
Close enough.
This is
sorry, Nick.
This is the worst part of the year after spring, before fall, that 3-month period where we're just like trudging along waiting for football season.
Yeah, all you gotta do is follow recruiting, and it's not really popping off yet either.
Yeah, I mean, and then since all the transfer portal stuff, that slows down. So like this 3-month drag is tough to get through if we're looking forward to football season. But as much intrigue as there was last year, this year I think there's even more, just with him settling into the role and his roster and Grubb and quarterback change. And I think the intrigue going into this year, I think, is going to be at a really high level. Just man. Everything.
The expectation for Alabama, and it's going to build. You're right. It's just going to snowball throughout the summer.
The closer we get,
August, man. Yeah, come August, it's going to be crazy. Well, you know who you can share your unrealistic expectations with? Us. On social media. You can follow all of us at Waaaay Offsides. You'll find us everywhere. We're on Facebook, X. Where else, Chris?
You can find us on X, on Facebook. I'll throw the link in the.
There's a TikTok in there too.
Yeah, I think we have individual TikToks.
Yeah, we do. We have individual TikToks. Waaaay Offsides Cotton, Waaaay Offsides Chris. There is our Facebook link. Exactly, Lance. Exactly. There's our Facebook link in the chat. You can email us at waayoffsides@gmail.com. That's way with 4 A's, of course. I don't know where we're on Instagram, but I do not know how to share that link here.
You can, just find it. It's easy. You know how to search things. Use your
just click on stuff.
Use your thumbs. You'll find us.
Yeah.
While you're at it, obviously here what we do is highly dependent on you guys. Viewership's a little low tonight, so do your part. Make sure you're subscribing, leaving a comment, reacting to the video, share videos, the uploads throughout the week.
Yep.
You can find those on Facebook, on Twitter. You can find everything on our website and YouTube. So
yeah, I'm going to
Cotton's been working hard, man.
This weekend on some members only content.
Okay.
Especially after tomorrow.
Let's show what that is really quick for those who don't know what members are.
Yeah,
you can become a WOSN member. It's really simple. You can do that through YouTube. So if you're watching us on X, head over to YouTube. You've got two options, underclassmen, upperclassmen. You can subscribe to either. And this is what you'll get. I'm not reading all this shit. You can read. You've got eyes. You went to school. Read it. And so,
oh, my God.
Sorry.
Yelp. I'm going to Yelp. 0 out of 10.
He said shit. But that'll do it for tonight, Chris. Jeff.
Hey, I took a look. I went and took a look at our shop today.
And I know the Christmas stuff.
Man, we need to get some new limited edition releases out.
There's a lot of stuff we need to do.
There's a TeePublic store out there.
I've only got so much bandwidth.
Store. We've got a lot of gear in the TeePublic store. We need to start sharing that link. There's some gear in the TeePublic store.
Yeah.
Okay. We can do that.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want some Waaaay Offside merch, you can find that link on our website. When you click there on your little phone device on your smartphone, you'll see it says official store. Click on it and it'll take you to all these. What's cool is you'll just see the design and you can put it on whatever you want. You can put it on hoodies, coffee mugs, hats. I actually have one of the hoodies and it's really good quality stuff. So go check that out.
We don't do bad quality here. Unless it's after dark.
I wouldn't say that. In the show. I'm about to say I wouldn't say that in a show where our internet.
Unless it's after dusk.
Well, that's your internet, sir.
It's because I'm close to the beach, man.
That's got nothing to do with it.
He's right near the beach.
Hey,
boy.
You know how close he is to the beach. He acts like you can walk out his front door and see the water.
4 miles from the
only thing you see when you walk out his front door is
his neighbor's house.
And flood water.
You came down here in the fall. Hurricane season, damn it.
So hey, I need to come down so we can go see our pirate buddy again.
We do. We need to go check him out, man. I wonder if he's still there. See how it's still doing in college.
College is stupid.
We need to do a segment where we just all tell old stories because I feel like we all have enough lore. We'll call it Waaaay Offsides lore. We all have enough lore and stories. That would make a really good podcast episode. Chat, would you guys watch that? Just us telling old stories.
We would have to cat Bill. Bill would talk for 4 hours straight.
Bill's got 107 years of stories
that he can remember.
I remember when this was all orange groves.
Yeah. We had to head out in California way, looking out for some internet out there.
I remember when Montgomery only had railroad tracks.
Everybody told the story of them greasing the railroad tracks.
Oh, that was me, you dumbass.
Was that you? I thought that was
Hey, we're friends here.
It's a family show, sir. Family show. All right, Jay Bake's in. We're doing it.
Jay Bake's
all right.
in.
Also, hey, we do have a new segment that we premiered called Happy Hour. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure you're watching those too. They're not getting a lot of traction just because it's outside of our normal content. It's pretty much Chris and I talking about whatever's happening that week. It's not sports related, but it's funny. We literally broke down what would happen if 100 men fought one gorilla. And so check it out.
I wonder why there was no traction there. That's
I don't know.
Figure out.
Hey, it's funny. If you're looking for a laugh, that's the place to be. We talked about Pete Rose this week.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you're gonna want to check
that. Would have been good to be in.
But we're not talking about the Diddy trial.
No, we're gonna steer clear of that. I have
there's a lot of details.
Do you guys like Tootsie Rolls? Chris got it.
Sweet as gold.
oh, maybe for you, Jeff.
Oh, I wish you would have said that, Jeff. I wish you would have said that. Oh, but yes, a lot of stuff coming. We're working on another segment. It's going to be Chris and I battling it out about different topics, like literally like screaming and yelling at each other. Jeff's going to mediate that. We haven't come up with a catchy name for it, so feel free to give your suggestions in the chat. Best person wins our respect. So, got a lot of content. We're working our asses off for you guys, so consume it. But that's going to be it.
Consume it.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to go
consume,
get a shower, and make another short on the toilet, and I will talk to you all later.
Hey, you know what?
Consume.
Make a short from the shower.
You will consume the content.
Good morning, good afternoon, and then I just slip and fall.
And then he's in trash.
Good morning, good afternoon. Oh shit! Then you see the phone go static.
And
it's like the rainbow solid tone.
Oh,
everybody, let a Tootsie Roll.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. It's been a blast as always. We absolutely love each and every one of you. We hope that things are going great. Summer's coming, so wear your sunscreen. Make sure you're working out, hitting the gym, unlike us. We love you. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, horns down, beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. Roll Tide, y'all.
Roll Tide.